Hey guys, Thunder E here and welcome to another camera comparison between the iPhone 17 Pro Max, the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and the Pixel 10 Pro XL. And I deem this the black test. Yes, I like to call it the black test because for years, smartphone cameras have not really done a good job with people with my skin complexion in balancing that out in terms of imagery and also balancing it out with other people in the same photo. Now, I've been doing this at least for about a year and a half or so, and I've seen some very interesting imagery across the board from devices like the iPhone, the Galaxy, and the Pixel. Now, last year, the iPhone just did not do a good job. It did a good job with the photo overall, but it made me just one shade of what I like to call chocolate, right? And that's not what I am. We all have different shades on our skin and it shows in different areas. Even my face right now, they're darker underneath my eyes because I have got bags. It's a bit lighter on the top, darker underneath my neck. You get the idea. And also, when I'm taking pictures with friends who are lighter skinned, it makes them look pale. So what has happened this year and what has Apple done? Apple really stressed about the fact that they've done a lot with their imagery this year, especially with their triple camera system, the 48 megapixel cameras at the back of the iPhone, and also the new center stage camera in the front. So we're going to take a look at a couple of images, not a lot, and see how well they handle this here because I think we will be pleasantly surprised. So starting off with the center stage photo, and the camera on the iPhone. This is a good representation of what the iPhone is doing right now. And my skin tone is already a huge improvement from last year. There's better shading between the different color textures of my skin tone. MJ looks pretty good. Our clothing looks like the right color. Also the background, that's my buddy MJ. Go check out his channel, Gadget Match. And I think we are gonna get a better representation of the iPhone this year. Now, as we look at it stacked up to the other devices with the Galaxy on the far left, Pixel on the far right, iPhone in the middle, all three images look good. I think the Galaxy does the better representation of my skin tone here and also MJ, even though MJ looks a little bit on the lighter side, while in the iPhone, MJ is a little bit more saturated. I think he's maybe the best in the Pixel. The Pixel makes me look a little bit darker, more contrast, extra shine. But I think overall, all three images are good. I would lean closer to the Galaxy here, but the iPhone again has done a huge improvement from last year. And that extra contrast on the Pixel clearly shows. It's a nice shine altogether, but it's extra contrast. Now this is an image of MJ here. You can see him across the board. And you can see on the iPhone, he's got a little bit more saturation to his skin tone. The Galaxy is a little bit more on the faded side, or more the flatter side correctly. While I think the Pixel is a bit more balanced here. Now his shirt color is better represented on the iPhone than anything else, but I think all three images are good. It depends on your preference here, but I would lean closer to the Galaxy for this just because it's on the flatter side. Now, when we take a look at this photo here, the iPhone clearly wins just off the bat because my shirt is black, jet black. The iPhone is closer to that color. The Galaxy and the Pixel makes it look like it went through a wash. Also, my skin tone is just not the same on either the Pixel or the Galaxy. Both of them look a little bit more on the flatter side, while the iPhone has just better color tone. And also the background itself has better colors here. So the iPhone definitely wins with this image here quite clearly. Now, so here's another image here where the iPhone, I think, does a really good job with the overall photo. Also, the clothing looks good. My skin tone generally looks good. I think the iPhone wins here. I do like the way the Pixel looks. It's a little bit brighter on my skin tone, but the Galaxy is just too flat, and also the background is a bit just blown out altogether. So the iPhone does a good job of representing me in this environment quite well, and the skin tone representation is very good. So huge improvements from them this year with that. Now, as we move over to a photo here with my buddy Mark Linsingham, go check out his channel as well. This is one where if you look at all three, he's more saturated. Mark is more saturated on the iPhone and is a bit on the flatter side on the Galaxy and on the Pixel. I think the Pixel is the better photo here. You can see the better balance between both of us there and the background compared, and the Galaxy is still the worst here. The iPhone's a bit more saturated, even with my own skin tone as well. But again, actually all three photos are still really good. This one is interesting. This is a front-facing photo. We're taking myself, Danny Wingett. He's got great camera comparisons. Go check him out as well. And I think the Galaxy has the best photo here, especially when it comes to my own skin tone representation. It's not as saturated as, say, the Pixel here, or as contrasty as the iPhone. And I think there's a better balance between myself, Danny, and Mark in this photo altogether. So again, a nice balance from the Galaxy, but again, you can see it's not as separated. It's pretty close images altogether. This is not a center stage photo with three of us here. The iPhone does a good job here. So you can see, again, this is something where I think all three cameras are really close in doing what they need to do. But this, again, this is the front facing camera here. So those two photos you just saw from the front facing camera. Now here is a shot of both just Danny and Mark together. And you can see here that all images kind of look similar. The Galaxy is a little bit too flat for me here, so it's making them look a little bit paler than they should, while the Pixel also has some of that flatness. I think I like the iPhone, although the iPhone does punch up a little bit of that saturation in the skin color. The clothing, in terms of the clothing color, it is the best on the iPhone. You can see the blacks from Mark's clothing and also Danny's as well, and also some nice kicks there, Danny. Now, this photo here is another good one where the iPhone does a really good photo compilation. That's something the iPhone really does well. So it makes the whole photo look really good. I think you can see the bricks really kind of pop out a little bit more, not as much as, say, as the Pixel. And in terms of skin tones here, I do like the Pixel more. The iPhone's a bit darker, although the Galaxy is also nice, but just again, flatter. Galaxy's photo signature this time is just a flatter look, which is good if you want to actually edit the photo and do more with it. Now you can see more of that flatness with the Galaxy as well here when it comes to this image. Now with my jacket, my Yankees jacket, the color green is actually more represented correctly on the Pixel. The iPhone is a bit more saturated. You can see that saturation pop out, while the Galaxy is flat. All three photos look good. I do kind of like the skin tone representation on the iPhone a little bit more than the Pixel. The Pixel just seems a little bit brighter, and again, the Galaxy seems flat right here. So interesting imagery. Now here is a 5x telephoto portrait photo here with the Galaxy and the iPhone. As you can tell, the iPhone has more of that saturation. It's a better looking image, while the Galaxy is a bit flatter. Makes it look like I haven't put on lotion that day. Honestly, that's just what it looks like. I would take the iPhone's photo. It just really stands out more and adds more to the scene, while the Galaxy just feels flat. So it's a 4x versus 5x here. 4x on the iPhone, 5x on the Galaxy. Now this is a shot here of MJ outside, and I like all three photos. My favorite photo is the Galaxy. I think it just represents his skin tone a little bit better. It's a bit flatter, less of that saturation, but all three photos still look good, honestly. I think they do stand out well, and they do a really good job representing him. And this is the only photo I got to take nighttime while trying to shoot this for you guys. I apologize. This is a rough one. I think all three of them look okay. It's not the best photo, but it wasn't a rush photo. I actually stood and spent time taking this. But you can clearly see the light on the far left there is shining and really it gets punched in on the Galaxy, making the Galaxy look like I have just a bright light on my right side, or aka the left side of the photo. The iPhone makes me look darker. I do have this darker overall skin tone look, while the Pixel is the best and most balanced here. You can see the light on my face, but at least balanced skin tone and also representation across the board. Also, the background as well is better lit on the Pixel compared to the iPhone, and definitely the Galaxy is just kind of washed out with all that light. So hopefully this gives you an idea of what the cameras can do with skin tones for all of these devices. Well, it seems Apple has done a great job with the iPhone this year, really balancing out skin tones quite well across the board. There's a little bit more saturation than I would like on the iPhone, which is something is kind of new for me to experience. But I do like the fact that it's there. I also like the fact that across the board, I looked really good, which is something at least I'm looking for in the images that I take, and I'm sure which is what you'll be looking for in the images you take. But also I love the fact that when I was taking a picture with friends with different skin tones, it gave us a balance there. And I like the fact that it also gave the best representation of a centered image than any other phone, which I do like. So I think the iPhone has done a really good job this year with skin tones, and yes, they did pass the black test. So if you guys have any questions or comments, or you think some of the other phones are better, the Pixel or the Galaxy, leave your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and always enjoy your entertainment.